parents.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way I feel, because actually, you know, Mom and Dad didn't move back here till I was about 11 or 12. And, you know, went to junior high school and high school here, so I was, somebody asked me where I'm from, I said, upstate New York.
Well, my sister we went to Port Ewan, had 8 grades.
Yeah.
Then you went to Kingston to high school.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Over the creek, you know,
Right,
to high school. Well, my sister was 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
So she did. Yeah. She went to Kingston High.
Oh, yeah.
But when I finished 8th grade in a little school, I said, see, I was out 1 whole year with sickness.
Right, you're telling me.
And so I was kind of older when it came time to get out of the 8th grade.
Right,
And I was 16, I guess, when I got out of 8th grade. And I said, well, I'm not going to high school. I told my mother, my father. I said, I'm not going to high school. I said, I'm going to good school, go to work.
And that's it.
I always wanted to work.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they didn't like it. And now my sister went to high school and graduated. So
yeah.
she didn't like the work.
Right. She didn't.
I wanted to get to work and have my own money.
Right.
See?
Right.
I didn't want to have to ask my father every time I went shopping.
Yeah.
I want $5
yeah.
shop. Or when we had the money, charge it to his bill, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
I said, I want my money.
Right.
And I'll buy what I want. And so I did.
That's what you did.
I got, my dad was there, but they had to get, if you were only 16, you had to get working papers.
Oh,
and my dad had to swear practically that we were poor and that I had to work.
Right. He must not have liked that.
No, he didn't like it, but he did it because I wanted to go to work.
Yeah, we're determined.
And so I went to work.
What was your job?
I worked behind the counter in a 5 and 10 in Kingston. And then from then on, I'm not too sure because he got this job with the United States Rubber.
Right.
And it was the building, the one in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
See, so we moved.
You moved.
And then they had well, you know, all these little paper cups, fancy things that they have at parties, and all that party stuff
favors
from paper.
Yeah.
Well, company, C.A. Reed and Company, made them.
Yeah.
And so when we got to Williamsport, I went and got a job there.
Yeah.
And making those little things.
Right,
you know.
right. So you continued to
I worked.
Yeah.
Well, I had to have my own money, even at 16.
Yeah.
I had to have my own money. I've always been more or less independent.
Right.
But my sister liked to stay home and take care of the family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She, until she didn't work for a long time. She helped mother.
Right.
But I always wanted something.
Yeah.
I used to want everything I saw.
Yeah.
And when my father was living and we had the money, I got everything I wanted.
Right. So then you wanted.
If you don't want anything, you don't get much.
Right. I think you're right about that.
You gotta want something.
Right.
You don't get it. So that was the way I was the time I was 16.
Right. Was it hard to get a job, or?
Oh, it wasn't hard.
No.
It was hard to get a good job.
Yeah.
But I started in cashiering in a theater in Newark, New Jersey. I went down there and lived with friends of my mother's when I was 17. And they were building Low State Theater in Newark at the time.
Yeah.
And so I was in a lobby with a lot of other 50 or 60 or 100 others.
Yeah.
And the manager, he became the manager, Mr. Downs, he came and asked everybody who had usher experience.
Uh-huh.
And I was one that raised my hand,
Right.
which I never did
Yeah.
have usher experience.
Yeah.
But they had a movie house in Kingston. I used to go to that movie, and they had ushers there, and I saw what they did.
Right, right.
No big deal.
Right.
And so I got a job cashiering at the new theater.
Right, right.
And I was there for, well, 11 years.
Yeah.
I was in, no, not there.
Yeah.
I was in the restaurant 11 years. I was about 4 years in theater, cashier in the theater.
Right.
And oh, I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved theater. Anyway.
Yeah.
And they had 5 acts of vaudeville, you know, before the picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had 5 acts of vaudeville, and then the movie, and then the news.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
this
yeah.
news. And I was there a long time. And in fact, I was there when I was pregnant with my son. I worked up until, oh, I don't know, just about a month.
Yeah.
And then I didn't work.
Yeah.
So,
So you got to see all the acts and the shows.
we were up and
It's a good
see the
benefit
movies.
then,
And
yeah.
my dad was so mad. He was so mad because we went to visit friends in New York that my dad and mother had, friends of theirs. And I wouldn't go back home with my mother.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to stay here. And Mrs. Esther said that she would take care of me.
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
But my dad didn't like it. He didn't like it. He didn't.
So did the family move back to New York? Did they
No,
just
they
visit?
stayed in Williamsport. My sister still lives there.
Yeah.
But see, I always wanted to get out and have my own money.
Yeah.
My sister was more homebody.
Yeah. Right.
She is to this day.
Yeah. That's funny how it can be so different in the family with brothers and sisters.
But she did, well, when her daughter's 40, in her 40s, the same as my son.
Yeah.
Oh, she very big. She in her 60s. My son's 65 years old. I'm 20 years older than he is, and I'm 85.
Yeah.
And her daughter is 6 months younger.
Oh.
I keep thinking of her being in her 40s. She's not. She's in
Yeah. Yeah.
my sister's in her 80s.
Yeah. Right.
She's 87.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
You said the other day, it's hard to believe that Lori's 25. You know, I still think of her as 5. You know?
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't
I
think of
was-
her that way when she's there, but you know,
I
so
was
many
there
memories.
when I came here. Well, not this time, but the other time. She wasn't as big when I
Oh,
saw her last as she is now. You know, she's gotten so tall,
Yeah.
and it was kind of a shock to me. I don't think I'd have known it if I saw her on the street.
Yeah.
Because when Aunt Charlotte passed away, I didn't come here.
Yeah, right. I'm in the middle of a shot here.
No, we're getting history.
No,
Getting history.
he's doing his own business, and she and I are talking.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
sitting right out of the
You can sit over here.
Well, I'm going to be, I'll just get out of the way right
Like
here.
this,
Table maybe? That's fine.
All the pleasures of home.
What do you think? What do you think of the new arrangement here?
Oh, this is beautiful. I love this. This is great. And of course, once you get it fixed, then you think of other things. Yeah, right. I was thinking that we could use the room more really if we had some of those little blinds, so that when the sun comes in,
you know,
you could cover the
right.
window so it doesn't get so hot in here.
Well, you
But,
know what I was looking for? Well, I was looking for the spaghetti, which I found several days later.
oh yeah, okay.
But while I was looking, I found one of those, you know, like stick blinds with a rose or some kind of flower imprinted on it.
Oh.
And then I thought, I'd have to maybe put it up out here, but then of course I couldn't remember where it was or where I'd seen it, so.
Did you see this? Is that anything you could use in your teaching English? That's basically what it's for illiterate Americans. Is what it's
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
But they have every week they have a little thing.
For 5 years or 2 kids, it says on there.
What's that?
on the top
Oh.
of this thing.
Oh,
For 5 years or 2 kids.
right, yeah, whichever comes first.
I didn't see that.